Who is Diogo Alves? Diogo Alves was born in a small town in Galicia in 1810. He moved to Lisbon at a very young age. It was very difficult for him to find a job, especially due to his young age, so he became a servant for wealthy families. This is what he did during his life. Diogo Alves is known to be the murderer of the Aqueduto das Águas Livres, because it is where he committed most of his crimes. You can't imagine how many people he actually killed. He's also famous for being the last person to be condemned to the death penalty in Portugal, and also for being the first serial killer. How did Diogo Alves' serial killings begin? He had a lover, Gertrudes Maria, who owned a tavern in Palhava. Diogo used to steal and falsify keys. It is how he managed to steal and to falsify the keys to the Reservatório da Água das Amoreiras underground galleries, which are the entrance to the Aqueduto das Águas Livres. Diogo Alves robbed his victims, blindfolded them, went to the top of the aqueduct with them and threw them. We are talking about a 65 meters fall. How come did the police not suspect him? Many people were died, all in the same location, which was very weird. So, you must be wondering how come the police was not suspecting. At that period, little time had passed since the liberal revolution of 1820. This historical event happened in August 24th of 1820 in the city of Porto. It had a huge impact on the Portuguese people. The country was going through a political and economical crisis. Therefore, the authorities did not suspect a thing, they just thought it was a suicide wave because of the lower social classes having to deal with hunger and financial difficulties. One can say that Diogo Alves was pretty smart, because he knew that if he threw the people from the top of the aqueduct, after robbing them, the police wouldn't be too suspicious. This is why the authorities never got to investigate the first deaths. How did Diogo Alves get caught? Up until the year of 1837, it is believed that Diogo Alves killed about 70 people. In 1837, the Aqueduto das Águas Livres had to be closed, because people started to suspect and thought it was very weird that so many people were dying. They got scared, and it was decided that the aqueduct would be closed. It actually remained closed for many decades. After the closing of the Aqueduto das Águas Livres, Diogo Alves had to find a new place to rob and kill people. What did Diogo Alves do? He sort of gathered a gang and used to go to the people's house, where they would rob and kill the families. This is why he is so famous and known as the Lisbon serial killer. In 1840, he was finally caught by the authorities and was sentenced to the death penalty, which was the last one in Portugal. The decision of his sentence was issued in February 19th of 1841. After these happenings, many scientists and doctors of the Escola Médico-Cirúrgica of Lisbon were fascinated by Diogo Alves' head. They separated the head from the body and studied it for several years. The purpose was to understand the reasons which motivated him to kill so many people. Since he was the first serial killer of Portugal, people were astonished and wanted to understand why this happened. I hope you've enjoyed reading it and that you found it to be interesting. Comment your suggested stories and facts for our next video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.